So far, we introduced permutation. We said that permutation is the number of ways of arranging n objects, right? We denote the permutation of n objects as n factorial. This is equal to 1 times 2 times 3 times 4 times, and we're stopping at n. We also learned that we can select our objects out of n objects and order them. This was denoted by P of R out of n, the permutation of R objects out of n objects, which was defined as n factorial divided by n minus R factorial. Now we're going to talk about combination. When we're talking about combination of R objects out of n objects is actually different ways of selecting our objects out of n objects, and we don't care about ordering. Is the number of ways that we can select our objects out of n objects. Well, in another language, the are subsets of a set of cardinality n is combination of R objects out of n objects. So we're denoting this with C of R out of n. This guy also has a formula, which is represented by n factorial divided by n minus R factorial. So far we have the same numerator, the same denominator. You also add R factorial on the denominator as well. It helps you to get rid of the ordering. For example, suppose I have a set with 1, 2, and 3 objects. In how many ways I can select 2 out of 3? That's the question that we're going to answer. In how many ways? We can select 2 candies out of 3 candies. Well, we have a nice formula. Let us use it. This formula says, hey, you have a combination of 2 objects out of 3 objects, which is denoted by, so n is 3 and R is 2. Just follow the formula. 3 factorial divided by 3 minus 1 minus 2 factorial, which is just 1. I already gave away the answer, times R factorial, which is 2 factorial. So let us simplify this. You have 3 factorial divided by 1 factorial times 2 factorial, which is nothing but 3 times 2 times 1 over 1 times 1 times 2. We can cancel out common factors. 3 divided by 1 is equal to 3. We have 3 ways of selecting 2 objects out of 3 objects. Well, show us. Okay. You have red, brown, and green. You can select red and brown This is your first option. Red, brown. You might select red and green. Red and green. Another selection is red and green. Another selection can be green and brown, right? So green and brown. So how many selections are possible? One selection, two selections, and three selections. As you can see, you have three different ways selecting two objects out of three objects.